Taurus Sun and Rising. Welcome to your January 2023 Astro Update. It's Raina here. So, as we begin the month of January, we're experiencing retrogrades in two personal planets, Mars, which has been retrograding for quite a while, along with Mercury. And Mercury goes retrograde at the end of December and direct in the second week, or actually it would be closer to the third week of January. So that, I was going to say that fresh car smell, the equivalent of what a new year is, where we feel like everything is totally new and different and, blank slate. It probably won't feel that way because of these retrogrades. And especially since they're personal planets, we may have areas in our life where things are delayed, or we just don't feel like there's forward momentum. Let's put it that way. But around the time of the new moon in Aquarius, I think that'll be more of the January New Year feel. All right. So on the 6th of the month, we have a full moon at 16 degrees of Cancer. And for Taurus, this is the third house, which deals with communication. Social media is a big part of this area of life these days. And with a full moon, there could be different possibilities. First of all, some of you may have been working on a website and now you're done with it. You're ready to launch. Some of you, this is also the house of teaching and learning, so you may have ended a teaching assignment or a class that you were taking, some kind of a course to get certified in something, maybe coming to a close. The third house is the house of siblings. You may learn news about one of your brothers or sisters. And coming off the heels of the holiday season, this may, in some cases, be just cutting ties with that person. And when I say cutting ties, don't think that I mean permanently for the rest of your life. It's just that sometimes these things do happen where people just are fed up with a certain kind of behavior and they just don't want it in their life anymore. And so things may come to a head with a sibling, but it just might be that you hear news about them. The third house is news, is any kind of communication, information that goes back and forth. And the full moon brings it out. Sometimes there are secrets, and the full moon discloses them. So it could be in this area of life. You may quit social media. But remember, this is during the Mercury retrograde. I'm saying that in particular, Mars is still retrograde at this point too. But Mercury rules the third house. So it has a direct connection to these matters. And by the way, I mean, Mercury went retrograde in Capricorn, but I'm talking about the third house in astrology, which is ruled by Gemini and its ruler, Mercury. On the 12th, Mars turns direct at 8 degrees of Gemini, and finally, after a couple of, like a month and 2 months and a half or something like that, you're going to deal with a straightforward Mars. And Mars has that connection to even physicality. So maybe all of us will start to feel more and more energized on the physical level. But just that sense that we're not just spinning our wheels will be absolutely great. In the case of Taurus individuals, this is in your second house of earned income, this is the house that you rule. So you have a particular affinity to the second house. And maybe you have sorted out how you want to make money. It doesn't have to be the only source of money. It might be one of the income streams that you were trying to get off the ground, and now you feel like you can actually make progress. On the 20th, the sun goes into Aquarius. This is a fixed sign like you, and this is your 10th house of career. So this can be a very good time for you professionally. When the sun is there, and then the very next day we have a new moon at okay, wait 1 second. Let me back up 1 second. For some reason, I skipped over. Mercury turns direct on the 18th at 8 degrees of Capricorn. For Taurus, this is the 9th house, which is a fellow Earth house, Earth sign. I mean, it's not an Earth house. What am I talking about? Sagittarius' house, actually. So, but it's in an Earth sign. Now, I say that because it forms a friendly angle to Taurus. And for some of you, there might have been a trip that had to be delayed, and I'm talking about a long distance trip. And things get sorted out with passports and the like, or whether this is related to a university, because the 9th house can be higher learning, and maybe, you had that Mercury retrograde at the end of December. Maybe you've been scrambling to make sure that you're able to enter university in January. All of that is getting sorted out, and the sun goes into Aquarius on the 21st. There's a new moon at 1 degree of Aquarius. Now, technically, you say Aquarius is your 4th house of home and family, but it's possible that some of you might have this actually in the 9th house, and maybe some of you are going to be traveling or even moving to a new country. Mercury is also about languages, so if it's studying language and immersing yourself in a new country, a new environment, of course, Mercury can be about learning and, studying abroad. On the 22nd, Uranus turns direct at 14 degrees 56 minutes of Taurus, almost 15 degrees of Taurus. And that, strangely enough, can have a stabilizing effect because Uranus, while it is unpredictable, when it's retrograding, it's that much more the case. That's so much more the case. So for those of you who so this transit of Uranus through Taurus should provide Taurus people with some nice stimulation in their life that can help them to grow in new directions, because you do like your life to be very stable, but also you don't necessarily want to change. And I'm saying this for myself too, having Taurus rising and having a lot of mutable influences too. There's just this desire for coziness, and the word predictable isn't a dirty word to a Taurus person, because unpredictability, which Uranus in general can represent, but especially when it's retrograde, it feels very chaotic to the average Taurus person. So hopefully you will start to feel that things have settled down a little bit, and that will, be great because of these other um, planets that have turned direct as well. And for the collective, we should all be feeling that um, we're going in the right direction now. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a personal reading, I'm promoting my double readings. I have two. One is called Deep Dive, an hour of natal chart interpretation, hour of transits for a special price, and the whole enchilada, which is either natal chart interpretation or transits for 2023, and a full length tarot reading for a special price. I have standalone readings. You can find out more information at the link below. Thank you for listening. Take care. Bye.